Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is BrightOps, and welcome back to Sam and Max Save the World. Where last time we dealt with mobsters, now we go to episode 4. Abe Lincoln must die. The president's lost it. Federally mandated group hugs, a pudding embargo. What's next? Sam and Max are off to Washington to take care of this bozo, but the political climate will only get stormier, and a new power will rise. Let's roll.
I am reborn. I will feast on your entrails and devour your soul.
You know, Max, sneaking the bug into that exorcism was an uncharacteristic stroke of genius.
Demonic possession is the gift that keeps on giving.
What? Oh, Commissioner. No, that was, Max's aunt. Yes, 14 packs a day. What's that? Yes? Yes? No! Yes? Sweet Suffering Saint Sebastian on the sousaphone in a short story by Susan Sontag. We're on our way.
Let me guess. Our friendly neighborhood demon just burnt down another monastery.
No, Max, we have a far more bloodthirsty adversary this time. The President of the United States of America.
Who?
The man's gone nuts. He's enacting all kinds of crazy new laws.
What else is new?
Federally mandated group hugs before, during, and after all major sporting events.
So?
He's curtailing civil liberties, threatening the environment.
Hey, that makes 3 of us.
And he's about to introduce mandatory gun registration.
Get the keys.
Yep, that seems about right. That is probably the most American thing ever. Most American thing I've ever heard. Just, yes, he's curtailing civil liberties? Meh. He's trying to take our guns away. Get the gun. Episode 4, Abe Lincoln Must Die.
I have to point out, Sam, that we could have avoided this gruesome accident if you just let me drive.
And I have to point out that we could have avoided this gruesome accident if you hadn't jumped on my head shouting Jersey Devil, and firing your gun out the window.
I swear that woman was a dead ringer for him.
Well, here we are, standing in an open field west of the White House.
Let's go bring the hammer down on that so-called commander-in-chief. Hey, my missing boxing glove!
It's always in the last place you look. Please do not feed the submarine.
What can you feed a submarine, anyway?
Nothing. Weren't you listening? At least the president has his priorities straight.
Let's see.
Any golf balls? Nope.
Okie dokie. Oh, hey look, there's Jimmy. Jimmy the Rat.
Jimmy?
Oh, great! What are you guys doing here?
Oh, just saving the world. What are you doing here?
I happen to take my vacations at the White House, and I needed a little R&R. Speaking of which, beat it.
Okay.
Valet parking, $2. Way to knock down that deficit. Post no bills. I'm surprised this sign survived the Clinton administration.
Let's see. What's on the sign?
Your name here. For naming rights to this building, please contact the Office of Desperation Accounting.
Oh boy, can we, Sam? Please?
We'll see, little buddy. There is a small mailbox here.
It's one of those ornamental mailboxes that doesn't actually open.
That's government efficiency for you. White paint, Christmas lights, and a small barbecue.
Everything somebody would need to renovate, decorate, and then accidentally burn the place to the ground.
Later, Max, later.
Alright. I guess we should
Step
probably...
aside, buddy. Freelance police.
Just a moment, sir. Papa Bear, this is Super Ball. Possible situation at the front door. Talking dog and, rabbit trying to gain access to the OO. Please advise, over.
Super Ball?
Yeah, that's a negative on the access permissions, sir. I'll have to ask you and your little friend to step away from the White House.
Doggy Daddy, this is Loose Cannon. Request permission to pants this goon. Over.
Before we try physical violence, Max, let's try dazzling the man with our razor-sharp wit and labyrinthine logical conundrums.
Ah, emotional violence. Good plan.
Did you call yourself Superball?
Codename, sir. I'm a bouncer. Secret Service humor.
And who's Papa Bear?
Section chief. Runs the operation. Protects the president.
Oh, Super Ball. I get it.
I want to talk to your manager.
No can do, sir. He's with the president.
Let's see.
Let us in, pal. We're freelance police. Here to save the president.
I thought we were here to stop the president by any means necessary.
I was going to wait to mention that part, Max.
Either way, sir, you can't get inside. Orders.
Don't you get bored guarding this door?
It's a rewarding job, sir. Doing my part. Keeping the president safe.
Hey, Super Ball. I'd like you to smell these two handkerchiefs and tell me which one smells more like chloroform.
Not now, Max. Is that all you do? Guard this door?
That's my primary assignment, sir.
I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 100. Try to guess it while I drop increasingly heavy weights near your head.
What's your secondary assignment?
Varies. Receptionist, maintenance, light groundswork, public relations.
Public relations?
I'm a people person, sir.
They have you guys doing odd jobs too?
Cutback, sir. Employee Reduction and Consolidation Act of 2003. These sunglasses aren't cheap.
Hey, Super Ball. What gauge syringe would be best for injecting you with a knockout serum? Just a hypothetical.
You really have time to do everything else and guard this door?
I make the time, sir. It's what I do.
What else do you do besides guard this door?
Varies. Receptionist, maintenance, light groundswork.
Okay.
I've had enough of this.
Papa Bear, this is Super Ball. Perps exiting Zone 4 now. Seem disgruntled. Stay on the lookout. Over.
Now can we push him down and beat him with sewage-filled garbage bags until he runs crying into the reflecting pool?
Tempting, Max, but these Secret Service guys hold a grudge.
Let's see.
Suspect yourself.
That's so Madonna.
Hey, this phone only takes Susan B. Anthony dollars.
It must be one of those stupid 555 phones.
Yes, actually. 555-1984.
Hey, Sam, did I ever mention how I've memorized pi to 1,000 decimal places? It's 3.14159265358979.
Max, do you have a piece of paper handy?
You want to write down the phone number?
I remember the number. I want to write myself a reminder to smother you with a pillow in your sleep.
Fair enough. Let's see.
White paint, crisp...
Everything somebody would need.
Later, Max, later.
Let's see. What do we have on us?
There are so many other things to punch.
Let's see. Anything else we can take advantage of? Can't do anything there. Potentially get in the car, but...
White House pool. Most secure waiting pool on Earth.
Let's see. Anything there? No.
Hey, this phone only takes Susan B.
It must be one of the.
Yes, actually.
Let's try. Oh wait, hang on.
Seriously, Jack, let us in. It's a national emergency.
No can do, sir.
It's going to be tougher than I thought to trick this goon and get inside.
I heard that, sir. And it's going to be impossible.
Hey, no fair. You're not supposed to listen to casual asides.
It's in the job description, sir. Report all stage whispers, soliloquies, and casual asides to the proper authorities.
Curse them! They've thought of everything!
Finest security force in the world, sir.
I want to talk to your manager.
No can do, sir. He's with the president.
Let's see.
I've had enough of this.
Okay, here's what he said.
Just step away from the door, please. Yes, sir, that is all I say.
Thank you, sir.
Alright.
Where are we going, Sam?
Back to the office.
I'll drive!
Not while I'm alive.
Exactly!
Let's see. Let's see what's at the office before we... Okay, so we can't really get in to see the president just yet. Let's see what we can work out. Oh god.
Hey, Sybil. What's new in the world of frequent random career reassessment?
Hi, fellas. I'm really excited. I've found the perfect job for me.
You don't say.
That's right. I, Sybil Pandemic, am now a professional matchmaker.
I thought I smelled phosphorus.
I thought I smelled that joke coming down the turnpike, burning oil and dragging its muffler.
It's a dating service, Max. I figured that if a smart, successful career woman like me could be having so much trouble finding a date, there must be plenty of other people who could use help.
You're having trouble finding your soulmate?
You don't know the half of it. It seems like all the guys I meet are total losers. No offense.
None taken. Hey!
Or else they're borderline psychopaths. No offense.
None taken. It's the borderline cases you have to watch out for.
What kind of man are you looking for?
Older men. Guys with a little history to them are such a turn-on. Oh, and tall men. And distinguished. And he should be experienced.
All right, enough already. Yes, I will go out with you, Sybil.
I thought she was talking about me. Could you find dates for Max and me?
Seriously? I mean, sure. Why not? Stranger things have happened, I guess. They must have. Somewhere.
I'm choosing not to be offended by that.
What do we need to do?
It's easy. Just submit an application.
What kind of stuff is on this application?
The usual. Your best traits and what kind of person you're looking for.
Hooks for hands! Hooks for hands!
When you're done, I'll put the application into my computer, which analyzes your personality matrix at 15 essential compatibility points.
I don't have a personality matrix so much as a personality vector.
Once we've found a match, you call your date and agree on a time and place. Let me help you guys out. Tell me your good points and what you're looking for in a date.
Let's see.
She should love animals.
Such as the elusive praying mantis, whose deadly but enthralling mating rituals she mimics.
You really know how to ruin the mood, Max.
Oh, and cybernetic implants, like an elbow that can connect to the internet.
Ah, Max. God, I love Max. Let's see.
I'm very spiritual.
A disciple of the Ancient Ones, enacting dark magic rituals to bring forth their reign again upon this earth. Rise, Shigarath! Rise, Abyag Solam!
What the hell was that?
She should be tall.
At least 12 feet, or 4 meters if she's Canadian.
Let's see.
I lead an active lifestyle.
Always running from the authorities.
I can appreciate a person's inner beauty.
I even have my own sonogram machine.
She should have an air of mystery.
Making frequent passing mention to her time on the chain gang, but when pressed, revealing nothing.
She should love the outdoors.
We frequently lock ourselves out of the office.
That's all I can think of.
Oh, that's plenty. Now I'll just put your applications into the computer. And there it is. Max, it says your perfect match is...
Cybernetic laser eyes. Oh, please, oh, please, oh, please.
Well, that's interesting. It says your perfect match is Sam.
Disturbing. And yet somehow not completely unexpected.
And Sam, your ideal soulmate is...
Wait for it.
Max.
Well, there goes another blow to the concept of a fair and just universe.
Hey, Sam, what do you say we never ever speak of this again?
Way ahead of you, little buddy. What's next on the career horizon?
Next? This is it. What could be a better job than helping people find their perfect match?
Volcano God.
Good point. I'll stick to the dating business, though.
How many couples have you managed to escort to romantic bliss?
So far, none.
None is the loneliest number.
But I've got a feeling things will start to pick up after the holidays. All that stress makes for a lot of messy breakups, and a lot of people looking for romance on the rebound.
So we have something to look forward to.
How's business?
Slow right now, but those applications are going to start coming in at any moment.
See you around, Sybil.
Alrighty. Let's see, anything...
That's where I do video intros for my dating service.
Why's the door locked?
It's locked? Damn it. I don't even have a key to that door.
Huh. Okay. Interesting to know. Well, so you're just gonna love how her office changes each time you go in there. And just the sign. Good lord, the sign.
Hey, a free home delivery sign.
The sign's not free, but oh, my book is.
Oh god, it's Hugh Bliss.
Whoa, look, Max. It's our favorite cultish crackpot, Hugh Bliss.
Hi, I'm Hugh Bliss.
I want to buy something. Take my credit card. Put me on your mailing list. Anyone you want me to recruit?
You're supposed to give the Stockholm Syndrome a few days to kick in, Max.
Who has that kind of time?
What's a big celebrity like you doing on our street, Hugh Bliss?
Why, I'm spreading the great news about prismatology.
The magic and science of unlocking the harmony of colors for a revolution in holistic personal and interpersonal well-being?
Now translated into 15,000 different languages, including Esperanto. Hooray!
Hooray!
Let's see.
Are the books selling well?
Selling? You can't put a price on imagination. You can't sell the wonder of a daydream or the laughter of a child.
He's right. I've tried.
What was your book about again?
Emetics, the handbook for multicolored happiness? It's about everything and nothing at all. Oh!
Show us a magic trick, Hugh Bliss.
Magic is easy when the colors of your soul are...
Yeah, less chatter, more magic.
Okay. How about I disappear?
Well, your mind reading is obviously still working.
It is. Now watch me as I vanish. Except you won't be able to watch me because I'll be gone.
And just like... Oh. He came back.
What's shaking, Bosco?
Ah, greetings, comrades Dog and Rabbit.
Oh god.
I'm having trouble placing the accent this month. Mid-Atlantic states? The San Fernando Valley?
I get more of a vague Baltic vibe. Something in a light Czech pattern.
Ha ha ha! Comrade Maximilian makes the funny joke. I am Vladimir Ilyevich Boskovorsky, Russian proprietor of Workers' Glorious Warehouse of Inconvenience, no?
No.
But now I make new start in America, which I love. So is no need to aiming sophisticated targeting equipment at me.
Oh god.
What's with the Soviet bloc, Bosco?
It's perfectly natural, comrades. I work with the American government in spirit of glasnost. They know. They know.
Who knows what?
The feds, man! Uncle Sam! The government's watching us all the time.
So that's why I always feel an overbearing presence just out of my field of vision, watching and judging my every move.
That's me, Max. Why is the government spying on you, Bosco?
I don't know. Maybe it's because I know too much.
Just humor the poor guy, Max.
But I make new start in America, which I love. So it's no need to targeting me.
I suppose you've got some ridiculously complex whirligig to defend yourself against the feds?
It's the people, comrades. Workers will overthrow fascist regime.
What about us loafers?
All are welcome. Come their victory, workers will unite to bring downfall of corrupt administration. We will number in tens of millions.
That's a lot of Bolsheviks.
No, it's all true. Plus, I'm working on a satellite missile defense system.
Missile defense system? Isn't that more than a little bit overkill?
Yet, we are strong like bear against attack. I'm working on modifying BTAD's Part 2.
Your anti-delivery system?
That's right. It was already programmed to keep people from delivering goods to the store. So I just went into the database and changed beef jerky to intercontinental ballistic missiles.
So now anyone can just deliver a blimp load of beef jerky to your store without fear of reprisal?
A small price to pay for freedom.
We want to buy something.
It's evil but necessary private enterprise.
Let's see, what
do
you
you got
today?
Is most glorious invention, comrades. Is useful for, how you say, questioning.
Questioning.
Is true serum. Makes easy even the most difficult, how do you say, interrogation.
Interrogation.
Truth serum? Is this another one of your half-baked, overpriced gimmicks, or does it actually work?
Both will make anyone get rid of inhibitions and telling, how you say, complete and honest truth.
Your accent sucks. Hey, it's already working.
We'd like that truth serum, Comrade Boscovich.
Is good. Price is 867.5309 rubles.
How much is that in real money?
$100 million.
I think your rate of exchange is a little off, Boskovorsky.
Fall of Berlin Wall brings great strength to our economy.
Isn't that a little pricey for truth serum?
It's bargain.
It really does work, and I haven't even tried it yet. Sam, this morning I used your toothbrush.
Results are guaranteed.
I used it to clean out my ears. This is refreshingly liberating.
Besides, I need the money to complete my satellite defense system.
I needed to clean out my ears because I'd been rummaging through...
Okay, I've heard enough. Nothing for us right now. Something in here smells like fermented hate.
It's like sweaty jockstraps soaked in boiled cabbage with a dash of sulfur.
Keep it down, guys. You're scaring off the other customers.
What other customers? Max and I are always the only ones in here.
What? I mean, it's good thing. Merchandise is always available.
Coming in here is like visiting old friends.
Some of these cereal boxes are from the McKinley administration.
I carved our initials in one of the weenies, so we'll be best friends forever, Sam.
When's the last time you cleaned out the weenie rotisserie?
Needs no cleaning. Adds vintage flavor to Tasty Franks.
Oh, God.
See you later, Bosco.
He's no Bosco, comrades. He's only loyal worker Bosco Vorsky, who is no threat to glorious American government whatsoever.
Alright, what's in... Anything in here of interest? Not really. Actually, hang on.
Ooh, fun!
Oh, it's actually working now. Yep, nothing of interest, it seems. Maybe we have to go into the actual office. Let's see. Is there anything in here worth looting?
Anybody home? Guess not. It's our favorite shifty card cheat, Leonard's Steak Charmer.
How you doing, Leonard? Good, good.
We just have that as a trophy.
We should
in our
have Jesse James's hand appraised one of these days.
I bet it's especially valuable because it's autographed.
We should probably deal with Leonard at some point. Alright.
My fellow Americans, we must remember to live life to the fullest and keep joy in our hearts. To that end, I have introduced mandatory psychological examinations to guarantee that all citizens meet the minimum required level of joy and goodwill.
He's like a kinder, gentler Mussolini.
Oh, we also have answering machine.
Hello, constituents. This is your president. When I took office 3 years ago, I made a solemn promise to help you, the American people. Now, thanks to your collective short-term memory, I can say that I've delivered on that promise.
Fair enough.
In the upcoming elections, it's important to ask yourself, do you feel safer than you did 3 years ago? Or would you rather return to the days when crazed packs of robotic hyenas prowled the street, targeting their death ray laser eyes on you and on your children? As far as you know, my administration is the only thing keeping your home safe from the bloodthirsty robotic hyenas. Remember that, and God bless America. Paid for by the committee to remain in office at any cost.
This is frustrating. What am I missing? Because I feel like I'm missing something, but I just can't for the life of me. Figure it out. Actually.
Who are you calling, Sam?
Mr. Pizza. 2 medium pineapple and asbestos pies, please. Oh, yeah? Well, same to you, jerk.
What'd he say?
Thank you, and have a nice day.
Who are
Actually.
you calling, Sam?
The White House.
White House, Agent Superball speaking.
Let's see.
Have you checked the baby?
Yes, sir. Sleeping soundly.
Oh, good job then.
Actually.
Who are you calling, Sam?
The White House.
White House, Agent Superball speaking.
We've got 2 very special agents coming to the White House today. One is tall, well-dressed, and devilishly handsome, and the other is Max. Grant them full clearance, over.
Can't do that without approval form signed in triplicate, sir. Regulations.
Worth trying.
Who are you calling, Sam?
Wait.
The White House.
White House, Agent Superball speaking.
Hello, please hold.
Roger that.
Our phone bill is sure going to be expensive this month.
It's okay, Max. I've been paying them out of your retirement fund.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Oh, that is evil and brilliant, and why did it take me so long to figure this out? God damn it.
Where are we going, Sam?
We're off to the White House.
Oh, boy!
Hello? Is anyone there? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Can't believe it took me this long. Gah.
Now, a lot of these same folks will say that we're wrong for introducing this federal pudding embargo. They envy our freedom. I ask you, what have they got to hide? Unless they're secretly sitting on stockpiles of pudding, and oh yes, we will find them. They've got nothing to be afraid of. So in conclusion, America, get your back up off the wall. Dance, come on, marzipan, and good night.
It's worse than we thought, Max. He's crazier than a caffeine-addled dingo in an Adelaide maternity ward.
I think he makes a lot of good points. Those puddings are trying to steal our jobs. And I especially like how he does that spinny thing with his eyes.
By the whiskey-soaked beard of Ulysses S. Grant, that's it. The president's not crazy. He's been hypnotized. We've got to snap him out of it, Max, and pronto.
How do we do that again?
We hit him over the head, like we do with all hypnotized people.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
It's a stack of pithy campaign slogans.
Oh, don't fool with those. Wouldn't want to be caught on national TV with my drawers down again. Hands off the cameras.
House of Representatives and Gardens. Hey, Mac, do you work here?
What tipped you off?
We're freelance police, buddy. This is a national emergency.
And we don't appreciate your sassy mouth.
Auditions for new White House pet are down the hall.
This can only end in violence.
This guy's voice sounds familiar. Do you recognize him, Max?
Half the time I don't even recognize you, Sam.
I'm over here, little buddy.
Who said that?
Do I know you from somewhere?
Yeah, I'm that voice in the back of your head that tells you to mind your own business.
The veiled threats, the surly tone. I've got it. You're that pit boss from the Toy Mafia.
I smell a conspiracy.
You smell a nosy dog who's going to get smacked if he don't stop asking questions.
What's the Toy Mafia got to do with the Secret Service?
What Toy Mafia?
Oh, he's good, Sam.
The Orso Nostra, the sacred organization you inducted me and Max into in a time-honored ceremony.
The one that we infiltrated, repeatedly duped, and then blew up in a fiery explosion of death and property damage.
I was going to casually forget to mention that part, Max.
That's a very entertaining story, chowderheads. Now, run along and play whilst I protect the leader of our country.
I think somebody may have hypnotized the president while you weren't looking. You, perhaps.
Very funny.
What do you do around here?
I give out free t-shirts to the visitor who asks the dumbest question of the day. Please accept my apologies, but we're all out of Husky Boys sizes.
Woo! Double burn!
I thought you were on my side, Max.
I just call him like I see him, Sam.
What's behind that door?
It's a private club for people who aren't annoying me. You two ain't invited.
Should we pummel him together, Sam, or would you rather take turns?
We can create a national security incident after we've saved the president, Max. We'll be back.
I cannot wait.
Hands off, boy! That's my presidential calendar.
Apparently, even U.S. presidents have mothers.
Let's see.
This is either an early draft of the Declaration of Independence or a crude map of Lithuania.
No one enters the war room. That's it. You two are coming with me.
Ow, 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 ow!
And stay out. Now I have to get back to the president. He's not supposed to be alone.
Excuse me?
Oh, welcome, Governor Whizzer. The president has been waiting for you.
Governor Whizzer?
Hey, who better to run a state than a washed-up, urination-loving former child star?
No one!
Hello, this is the White House. Hello.
Let's try it.
No, sir. I said soda abuse. It's a very important issue.
Was I? No comprende, son.
But I'm speaking English.
Ah, are you two fellas the interpreters? It's about time. Darndest thing, we just had a couple imposters in here. Dead ringers for you two.
Were they walking around examining everything and engaging everyone in pointless conversations?
Those are the ones.
Those accursed clones! When will their devilish mimicry end?
Help me out with this here potentate, would you? Can't understand a dang word.
But that doesn't make sense. I don't even have an accent.
No momento, por favor. Impatient little guy, ain't he?
Alrighty.
What's new, Whizzer?
That's Governor Whizzer, thank you very much.
What are you the governor of?
The 51st and greatest state, West Dakota! Don't you guys read the papers?
Just the funnies.
You mean the obituaries, Max.
Potato, potato.
We're a young state, but with our own rich traditions that make us a distinct tourist destination, apart from the North and South.
How did you get into politics?
I won the election. It was a very close race, but I totally won the popular vote.
Was it a runoff election? You see what I did there? Runoff? 'Cause he's Whizzer?
You're still the master of 4th grade gutter humor, Max. What were your qualifications for office?
I'm a television celebrity.
Now there's a platform I can get behind.
What brings you to the Oval Office?
I'm trying to build up nationwide support for the MRSAPP.
Who's Mr. Sapp? And why didn't you want me to know you were talking about him? I can spell, you know.
It's the Mount Rushmore Soda Abuse Prevention Program. It's totally changed my life. I've been carbonation-free for over 4 weeks now.
Tell us about the MRSAPP. Be brief.
I started the Mount Rushmore Soda Abuse Prevention Program after I became governor to help people get flat like me. But if we can't get federal funding, people all over the Dakotas are going to get right back on the pop.
I don't work 8 hours a day, 6 days a week just to throw my money away for some washed-up soda junkies with no sense of self-control.
You don't have any money, Max.
Oh, right. Never mind. Good luck with that, Wiz.
So you've really kicked the soda habit, huh?
And how? Back when I was on the pop, I was in a real downward spiral. That endless cycle of always looking for my next fizz, then having to take time out for number one. Then I saw that documentary about Peanut Franklin, and it convinced me I didn't want to be just another self-destructive former child star.
Peanut Franklin, the lovable star of Mixed Nuts who was found in a seedy Hollywood motel room dead of anaphylactic shock?
What you mean you ain't got no jelly?
Still too soon, Max. We're ready to interpret for you.
Don't tell me! The president needs the interpreter.
What did he say, Sam?
I'm speaking English. I don't even have an accent.
Can't understand a word.
See you around, Whizzer.
Stand back, son. That there's the national budget.
Alright.
Good day, Mr. President.
We come in peace, as far as you know.
Ooh, finally! The interpreters. Where have you been?
We're ready to interpret for you.
All right, let's get this party started.
Mr. President, my fellow Americans, I come to warn you about a serious epidemic facing our country. The scourge of soda abuse. Many former popheads like myself found ourselves in the endless cycle of addiction and elimination until we believed there was no hope.
I don't know what you're saying, son, but you're selling it, boy. Good job.
I ask you, how long can this epidemic continue?
What was that?
He said, "What's a guy got to do to get a drink around here?"
Aha, I know what you need. An ice cold orange sugar fizz. I swear by him.
No, that's not what I want at all. I must resist, but I am thirsty, and just one couldn't hurt.
Frosty cold and so delicious.
All the progress I've made. They were about to give me my 5-week pin.
I almost feel bad about this.
I don't have a conscience, Sam. What's your excuse?
Let the madness ring.
Oh, blessed angels of carbonation, fill me with your syrupy nectar.
Ew!
Yeah, now I'm not so much guilty as repulsed.
Keep it coming. More! I need more! I need a bathroom! Which way is the bathroom?
Which way is the war room?
It's that door right over there. But I don't...
Oh, thank you!
Where do you think you're going?
I've got to get in there! Bad!
We've got a priority red number 2 here in the Oval Office.
No, it's just number 1.
Escorting the suspect to holding cell for interrogation. Come with me, sir.
But it'll only take a second. Please, let me go!
That was fun!
Okay, now I didn't catch all that. What did he say?
Now it's time for some checks and balances, freelance police style. Max, will you do the honors?
Gladly.
Look it, fellas! My fingertips look like little tadpoles!
They just don't make these guys like they used to.
That's no guy, Max. It's a damned ugly puppet.
Ah, the drawstring in his back should have been our first clue.
Our first clue should have been the swirly eyes. But, silly me, I thought hypnotizee, not hypnotizer.
What?
Yes, an ingenious device being used to hypnotize the TV-watching public. But who was controlling him?
Gonna take days to get that smell out of the interrogation room. What? What have you done?
He was like that when we got here.
Sam did it!
So these two numbskulls managed to off the president.
It was a deep tissue massage gone horribly wrong. Ninjas!
Sam did it!
Still, ratings from the last State of the Union address were even lower than reruns of Midtown Cowboys. I didn't expect to have to replace the president so soon, but now that these idiots have forced my hand...
we're standing right here.
We can hear everything you're saying.
It's time for a leader the people will have to listen to. Agents Jackson, Burr, and DeGambe, we are moving the timeline forward. Commence phase 2 of the operation. I'll prepare the new candidate.
Not quite the reaction I would have expected from a Secret Service agent discovering 2 people over the decapitated body of the president.
What do you think this fake body is made of? Can I keep it?
No time for that now, Max. We've got to stop the... Wait, what's that noise?
I will admit I've been kind of quiet this episode, but why not?
Blessed scuba diving Buddha on a banana boat with cocktail onions and a map to the stars' homes.
Yeah!
They've reanimated America's most beloved president.
I always thought Taft was shorter.
Not Taft, you deficient.
My fellow Americans, I am Abraham Lincoln. As you know by now, your president was recently murdered by 2 mysterious interpreters. But turn not to fear and despair. I have returned to guide us through this troubled time. A vote for me is a vote for Abraham Lincoln.
I'll get
it! What's that? Uh-huh. Lincoln Memorial. Right. Hydraulic motors and robotic implants. Yes. Okay. I see. We're on it.
Wrong number?
That was the commissioner, Max. If this new Mecha Lincoln wins the emergency election, the nefarious forces controlling him will have unchecked power to destroy the entire free world.
I hate when they do that.
That's why one of us is going to have to run against him.
You got to answer the phone.
Okay, fair's fair. Max, we're going to make you the next president of the United States.
Yes!
Alright, just while we're at it, just...
Any golf balls? Nope. It's the cue cards for Lincoln's speech. I'm glad that I've been given one more life to give for my country. It's Lincoln's campaign flyer. I want you. Honest, dedicated, over a century of experience. Abraham Lincoln is your man.
Alright, we'll take that.
Hi, America! It's me, Max! Remember, a vote for me is a vote for prosperity, alacrity, and the tyranny of my furry white iron fist. Thank you.
Alright, hang on.
It's the severed head of the president.
I yearn to hold it aloft and turn giant sea atrocities to stone.
You're thinking of Medusa's head.
Oh yeah, I always get those two heads confused.
Alright, I think we can distract Abe.
Where are we going, Sam?
Back to the office.
Shotgun!
We can definitely distract Abraham Lincoln. I can't believe we're saying that. And to do that, we need to go to Civil. You want an application? We'll give you an application.
What's this? A new application?
Yeah, it's for a friend of ours.
Let's see. Not the Abraham Lincoln. He's tall, distinguished, loves the theater. He sounds perfect.
That chump doesn't have half my cute, fluffy marketability.
Do you think your computer can find him a date?
Computer, nothing. This guy sounds perfect for me. Oh, but he didn't leave his phone number. Next time you see him, give him my number. I'd love to meet him.
Hey, Sybil, how goes the dating game?
Computer-generated love is in the air.
Let's see, just anything...
See you around, Sybil.
Nope, nothing really there to make use of, so...
Where are we going, Sam?
We're off to the White House.
Oh boy!
My logic is if we can distract Abraham Lincoln with Sybil, we might be able to sneak in Max as a candidate.
Mr. Lincoln, as a candidate for office, my pal Max would like to engage in a thoughtful discussion of the key issues.
Followed by a round of spiteful mudslinging.
I see. Well, this is a bit irregular. As you're well aware, I'm the most beloved president in history, so I just assumed I'd be running unopposed.
Oh no, you didn't! You ain't all that!
I freed the slaves.
I was star of a popular television sitcom.
I'm on the penny.
I was on TV.
Now, gentlemen, we can resolve this like adults through moderate reasoned debate.
Very well, then. In the spirit of democracy, I say, bring it.
And it's a beautiful day on the White House lawn as we bring you the first in a series of debates for this emergency election for U.S. President. In the Republican corner, we have the giant animated statue of Abraham Lincoln. And representing the Random Violence and Destruction Party, there is the hyperkinetic, rabbit-like creature known as Max. Acting as completely impartial moderator for the debates will be Sam. The candidates are ready, so let's listen in.
Let's see.
Mr. Lincoln, we've picked out a single lady friend who would be just perfect for you.
She has a job and still has all her own teeth.
Let me give you her number so you can give her a call.
Ain't no reanimated president too big to appreciate a booty call. Know what I'm saying?
What? The idea is preposterous. I've been happily married for over 150 years. I would never consort with another woman.
Oh, I see. So the rumors are true.
What rumors?
Nothing.
Let's see.
Greetings, miserable proles.
Oh, God.
People of Earth, your day of reckoning is at hand. Greetings, miserable proles.
Oh. Okay.
This election reminds me of a droll story. It seems Chester A. Arthur and the Pope were kayaking down the Amazon one day. Suddenly, a tiny kangaroo fish swims up the Pope's and lodges itself in his. Arthur grabs the Pope's pliers and swelled up like a melon. And the Pope says, "Thanks! Last time that happened, McKinley wanted to." No, wait. I think I told it wrong. I believe in the ideal of a global community, where America is but a small part. We must set aside our differences and work with our fellow nations, all united towards one goal: the complete and utter annihilation of the godless Belgians. I want to see a return to the prosperity of the America we once knew. A chicken in every pot, and vice versa. If elected, I promise a return to a happier time in America's past. The days when giant thunder lizards marched over the fern-covered marshes of the Midwest, preying on the upstart mammals.
God, just... Gotta love the idea of just Max for president. It's just
I'm a
great.
uniter, not a divider. I foresee an America under one rule, an iron-fisted rule. One rabbit, one law. Let your neighbors know that dissent will not be tolerated. All hail Max. I have a dream, America. It starts out where I'm in an all-nude production of Death of a Salesman on Ice, but I haven't studied and I can't remember my lines. Suddenly, it begins to rain marshmallows, but that's okay because trees are made of graham crackers and chocolate bars are the official currency. I believe that by working together, we can make that dream a reality. We have nothing to fear but fear itself. And the chupacabra, Madre de Dios, he'll kill us all! That is all. Stay frosty, America.
Okay.
It's time for another in this on. We turn you over to our impartial.
Okay, let's see.
Mr. Lincoln, perhaps you'd like to speak about the importance of family values.
Of course. A strong family unit is the rock upon which our society is built. It's easy today, in this age of your blinged-out horseless carriages and racy daguerreotype magazines, to believe that honesty and fidelity are outdated concepts. But I stand proud. I have been completely faithful to my lovely wife, Mary Todd, for over 70 years. I've never even looked at another woman.
Time out. Max has to, visit the little candidate's room.
I'm drunk with power, but it just goes right through me.
Okay. Here's the thing. Here's my plan. I'm thinking there's probably something in here that we can grab and sell. That will get us the truth serum that will allow us to...
The Liberty Bell is a light for this room, just as America is a light for...
Yuck! Metaphor is such an ugly quality in furniture.
It's a stack of pithy campaign slogans. The buck stops here, 1,000 points of light, and I did not have sex with that woman.
Well, I did, but I didn't inhale.
Okay. We can work with that.
I'm not really thirsty.
That ribbon is classified, sir. Presidents only. I can't let you touch that, sir. Only the president may use the presidential calendar.
Oh no, not this guy again.
Hey, it's our pal, Super Ball!
One and the same, sir.
Well, stand aside, pal.
No can do, sir. Orders.
Are you really happy with this line of work?
Finest job in the world, sir.
Don't you ever just want to take off for some personal time?
Would love to, sir. Got a wife at home. Intel suggests Super Ball Jr. is starting first grade. Summer home with plenty of doors I could guard in my time off. Solid oak. Good doors. Strong doors.
Want to hear a really boring story?
So boring that I fall asleep and let you enter the war room?
Oh, so you've heard it already.
I stand guard over doors all day, sir. Takes a lot to bore me.
Let us into that room.
No can do, sir. Orders. Until I hear from Chuckles, my superior officer. I'm to guard this door.
We'll be back.
Roger that.
Looks like there are rats in the Oval Office.
Sam, you've finally done it. A straight line so easy, even I won't touch it.
Hi, I'm George Washington. Anyone need their nuts cracked?
Let's see.
Take a look at that.
I love this country.
This snow globe has a little Apollo 13 inside.
What happens when you shake it?
I'm afraid to find out.
Alright, nothing in here we can really loot. Maybe we just alter the cards.
Two wrongs don't make a right.
Alright.
I did not have sex with that woman.
Let's see what we got.
1,000 points of light. The buck stops here. I'm glad that I've been given...
No, swap that.
Two wrongs don't make...
Okay.
I did not have sex with that woman. Who do you like in the election?
My money's on Lincoln, and Lincoln's on my money.
Clever. Mr. Lincoln, here's our friend Sybil's number. Why don't you give her a call?
I've already told you.
Alright.
Mr. Lincoln, I'd like you to tell the voters your stand on some of the tough issues.
Very well.
Let's see.
Where do you stand on religion and schools?
I did not have sex with that woman.
Whoa, the debate has taken on a decidedly confessional tone with that nonsensical reply from candidate Lincoln. Luckily for him, the crowd is ignoring it.
Let's see.
That's enough for now.
Keep 'em coming. I'm ready for anything.
Let's see.
Mr. Lincoln, the networks are looking for a soundbite. Would you care to share a few words with us?
Thank you. This is a date that will be remembered for centuries to come. Today is the day we return America to greatness. I stand here at the steps of the White House, not above the people, but with the people. Only one man can lead the nation through this troubled time. I, Abraham Lincoln, am that man. The time to act is now. Thank you.
I said basically the same thing.
Let's see.
Time out. Max has a therapist's appointment he can't miss.
I think we're on the verge of a real breakthrough.
Alright. Hold on.
1,000 points of light.
Let's see.
The buck stops here. Contestants, it's time for our lightning round. Mr. Lincoln, I'm going to name some of the tough issues facing our country today. I'd like you to sum up your stand on those issues in a few concise words.
Well, all right. I'm afraid this will have to be completely off the top of my head, as I have nothing prepared.
Let's see.
How would you describe your tax plan?
The buck stops here.
We're not quite sure what Lincoln meant by that, so it looks like, yes, the American people have decided to ignore it.
Let's see.
How do you plan to solve the problem of toxic waste?
The buck stops here.
Lincoln responds to the question with a bit of folksy wisdom, but it seems to have no effect on the voting public.
Where do you stand on religion and schools?
The buck stops here.
We're not quite sure what Lincoln meant by that, so it looks like, yes, the American people have decided to ignore it.
Alright.
That's enough for now. Time out.
Alright, what have we got?
I'm glad that I've been given one more life to... Two wrongs don't make a right.
Let's see, can I do something with this?
I did not have sex with that woman. Where do you stand on...
I did not have sex with that woman.
Whoa, the debate has taken on a decidedly confessional tone with that nonsensical reply from candidate Lincoln. Luckily for him, the crowd is ignoring it.
How do you plan to solve the problem of toxic waste?
I did not have sex with that woman.
And Lincoln makes a startling but completely nonsensical confession, which has bewildered the audience, but has had no apparent effect on the polls.
That's enough for now.
Keep 'em coming. I'm ready for anything.
Alright.
Please do not feed the submarine.
What can you feed a submarine anyway?
Nothing. Weren't you listening?
Let's see. Maybe.
Mr. Lincoln, would you like to say a few words to the audience?
Thank you. This is a date that will be remembered for centuries to come. Today is the day we return America to greatness. I stand here at the steps of the White House, not above the people, but with the people. Only one man can lead the nation through this troubled time. I, Abraham Lincoln, am that man. The time to act is now. Thank you.
I've heard better addresses from the 411 operator.
What did you just say?
Hey, Lincoln! Captain Ahab called. He wants his beard back.
I'm gonna slap you silly, you little punk.
Save it for the debate, Max.
Okay, we can work. Ah, there's the bug.
Hey, this phone only takes...
It must be one of...
Yes, actually.
Alright, we can work with you. Oh wait, wrong thing.
Hey, this phone only takes Susan B. Anthony dollars.
It must be one of those...
Yes, actually. 555-1984.
Alright.
Where are we going, Sam?
Back to the office.
Shotgun!
My current plan is we're gonna get Sybil to come here. This will cause a bit of conflict, and all will be well.
Who are you calling, Sam?
Sybil.
Hello? Abe? Is it you?
You bet. Honest Abe here.
Very funny, Sam. I have to keep this line open for his call.
Okay.
Who are you calling, Sam?
Sybil.
Hello? Abe? Is that you?
Let's see.
I, Abraham Lincoln, am that man.
Oh, well, Mr. President, it's just such an honor to talk to you. I saw your application, and I was wondering, would you like to go out sometime?
This is a date that will be remembered for centuries to come.
Oh my, you are a charmer, aren't you? Well then, Mr. Rail Splitter, where would you like to meet?
I stand here at the steps of the White House.
At the White House. Got it. What time should I meet you?
The time to act is now.
Oh, I love that decisiveness. I'll rush right over.
I'm gonna slap you silly, you little punk.
What? I didn't catch that last part.
I will feast on your entrails and devour your soul.
What? Abe? What's going on?
See you soon. Gotta go.
Well, that was interesting.
So, to sum up, family values are the bedrock of this nation. Our fidelity, honesty, and loyalty to family is our most sacred asset as Americans.
Candidate Max, your rebuttal?
Yoo-hoo, Mr. Lincoln!
I believe we have a question in the audience from someone who is not Candidate Lincoln's wife.
Oh, hi, Sam. Hi, Max.
Greetings, random harlot.
Abe, I'm here. Are you ready for our date?
What? I've never seen this woman before in my life.
But on the phone, you sounded so eager to meet me.
Listen to me, America. I did not arrange a date with this woman.
Oh, so she's good enough to fool around with, but not to date?
Mr. Lincoln, I can't believe you're doing this to me.
Okay. But who the hell's Nader?
That's enough for now.
Okay. Can't really do anything with that.
Lincoln is really winning the crowd on the issues.
The voters don't care about issues. They just turn off their brains and go crazy for Lincoln's stupid campaign slogan.
Jealous?
Very.
It's going to be hard to improve your ratings in the polls.
I already showed them how I can wrap my lower lip around my entire head. What more do these people want?
They want to vote for Lincoln.
Then we should fix that.
Okay, let's go.
Let's see. What can we...
1,000 points of light.
Actually, hang on. Maybe we can open the storage area now.
White paint, Christmas lights, and a small barbecue.
Everything somebody would need to renovate, decorate, and then accidentally burn the place to the ground.
Later, Max, later.
Alright, can't use that. Annoyingly. Let's see.
Hey, Jimmy.
Beat it.
How would you describe your tax plan?
1,000 points of light.
And that doesn't really make a bit of sense, so it looks like it's politics as usual here at the debate.
Where do you stand on religion and schools?
1,000 points of light.
And that doesn't really make a bit.
How do you plan to solve the problem of toxic waste?
1,000 points of light.
And that doesn't really...
That's enough for
Keep
now.
'em coming.
Time out.
Okay. We need a good cue card here. Hold on.
The buck stops here.
No, that didn't do anything.
I'm glad that I've been given... Two wrongs don't make a right. Where do you stand on religion and schools?
Two wrongs don't make a right.
Did we hear that right? Lincoln just came down against both religion and education. Wow, that's gotta hurt him in the polls.
Okay. Nader went up. Don't know who the hell Nader is. But
I did not have sex with that woman. How do you plan to solve the problem of toxic waste?
I did not have sex with that woman.
And Lincoln makes a startling but completely nonsensical confession, which has bewildered the audience, but has had no apparent effect on the polls.
worth trying.
That's enough for now. Time out.
Alright.
Valet parking, $2. Way to knock down that deficit. Post no bills. I'm surprised this sign survived the Clinton administration.
Let's see, anything else? What can
Your
we
name
do?
here. For naming rights to this building, please contact the Office of Desperation Accounting.
Oh boy, can we, Sam? Please?
We'll see, little buddy.
Let's see, anything... Here we go.
Where are we going, Sam?
We're gonna go
back to the office.
Shotgun!
We're gonna go revisit the Busco just to see what we can get. Because I need... Oh, Sibylle is mad.
Hiya, Sybil. How are things in the world of computer-generated romance?
Oh, I'm not doing that anymore. Can you believe that guy? Never mentioning that he was married? Men are such self-centered jerks.
Preach it, girlfriend!
So you changed careers again?
Yeah, now I'm running a dating service.
Come again?
A carbon dating service. I bought this astoundingly useful machine that tells me how old things are.
I usually just cut them in half and count the rings.
There's a reason you're not invited to birthday parties anymore.
I wanted a fresh start in a new career to get my mind off that fiasco with Honest Abe. This wasn't my first choice, but I got a good deal on the carbon dating equipment online, and I couldn't afford to change my sign.
You're having financial problems?
I'm afraid so. After my public humiliation with Lincoln, all the applicants for my dating service demanded their money back. Not to mention all the money tied up in pending litigation with the clients who watched Max's dating video.
I stated very clearly up front that viewer discretion was advised.
Believe me, I would love to just close up shop for a while and take a vacation. Forget about Honest Abe and all the lawsuits.
It was a wardrobe malfunction!
But unless I get a major windfall, I have to hope the carbon dating business takes off.
How does carbon dating work?
I don't know. Something about carbon-14 and half-lives and radiation.
I'm impressed with your detailed scientific knowledge. Very professional.
That's the beauty of it. I don't really need to know anything. I just aim my little machine at something and it tells me how old it is. Allow me to demonstrate. This tiki is, oh my gosh, it's 2,000 years old! This is fantastic!
Old is good?
Absolutely! I can have my office put on the National Register of Historic Places. I might even get a grant. I'd be rich!
Can we borrow your carbon dating machine?
No way! That machine is still my only chance to take care of my money problems. Unless I get a grant, since I'm now on the National Register of Historic Places. There's no way I'm letting it out of my sight.
Who could possibly need a freelance carbon dating service?
Plenty of people. Freelance archaeologists, independent historians, rogue paleobotanists.
It's also naughty fun for your next bachelorette party.
And now that Antiques Thunderdome is getting so popular, business is bound to pick up.
Antiques Thunderdome? The show where common everyday people bring random junk from around the house to a giant steel cage match and engage in a no-holds-barred appraisal to the death?
That's the one. Now everybody's convinced they have some priceless treasure in their attic, and their home will be declared a historic monument.
See you around, Sybil.
Okay, we can work with you.
Can I play with this?
No.
Worth a shot.
It's locked.
Ah, yes. We don't know where the keys are. Let's see. Do. So we're gonna need that machine at some point. That would be good. But before then... Let's see, is there anything...
Hey, Bosco.
Yeah?
Let's see...
Tell us about that missile defense system again.
I'm working on modifying BTAD's Part 2. Once I get funding for it, it'll be able to shoot down any ICBMs targeted at the store.
We want to buy something.
It's evil but necessary private.
We'll take that truth serum.
It's yours for only 100 million American dollars.
I seem to have left my $100 million in my other suit. We'll be back. Nothing for us right now. When's the last time you cleaned out the weenie rotisserie?
Needs no cleaning. Adds vintage flavor to tasty Franks.
Das Vidanya, Comrade Boskovorsky.
We'll catch you on flip side, comrades dog and rabbits.
Let's see, any...
$1 lottery tickets, $2.
I'm feeling lucky already.
Is that clock correct?
Well, it's only got one hand, so probably not.
Nothing like a gaggle of security cameras pointed at a guy to make him feel at home.
I'm comfortable with it because I'm uncommonly photogenic.
Alright, needs to somehow weaken Abe. That means we need... Actually...
Hi, Hugh Bliss.
Hi, I'm Hugh Bliss.
Can you disappear again?
Okay.
Nope, wrong thing.
Hey, a free home delivery sign.
Yoink. Thank you, Hubert Bliss. I think we might make use of
Where
that.
are we going, Sam?
We're off to the White House.
Oh, boy!
Yes, I can use this. I think. Just add it to the cards.
Free home delivery. How do you plan to solve the problem of toxic waste?
Free home delivery.
Ooh, an effective but very controversial proposal from candidate Lincoln, and the crowd did not like that idea one bit. Let's see how it affected the polls.
Alright, we've gone up, and Nate Lincoln's gone down. Let's see,
I'm glad that I've been given...
Alright, 2 wrongs don't make a right.
2 wrongs don't...
His school, we already did that. Taxes.
I did not have sex...
Let's try it, why not?
How would you describe your tax plan?
I did not have sex with that woman.
And Lincoln has confused the crowd with another well-intentioned but senseless statement. It hasn't affected him in the polls, however.
That's enough for now.
Keep 'em coming.
Time out. $1,000 points of light. He's too busy talking with his candidate.
Can't talk to Chuckles, so let's try.
How would you describe your tax plan?
1,000 points of light.
And that doesn't really make a bit of sense, so it looks like it's politics as usual here at the debate.
That's enough for now. Time out.
Let's see, do we have anything here that would really...
The buck stops here.
Worth trying.
How would you describe your tax plan?
Can't remember if I did it or not.
The buck stops here.
We're not quite sure what Lincoln meant by that, so it looks like, yes, the American people have decided to ignore it.
That's enough for now.
Keep 'em coming. I'm ready for anything.
Time out.
Let's see, is there anything...
Free home delivery.
Okay, maybe in the actual house. Because we'll have a look, we'll see what we can find.
House of Representatives and Gardens.
No. National budget.
Step away from the national budget, sir. That's for the president's eyes only.
I'm not sure who this is, but he must be important. U.S. Senate Talent Show, second place.
What do you want to bet his act involved ventriloquism?
Roosevelt's boxing gloves, encased in lucite.
TR or FDR?
ER, I think. This is either an early draft of...
Let's see...
These plates commemorate the core values of freedom-loving peoples everywhere.
Eating a lot and hitting things with sticks?
Exactly. Is that a Rothko?
No, Sam, it's a painting.
Sheesh.
Looks like there are rats in the Oval Office.
Sam, you've finally done it.
No.
This urn says Fluffy on it.
Wasn't that Warren G. Harding's nickname?
Let's see, no. At least nothing that we're allowed to actually touch.
He had pictures of himself with cardboard cutouts of other presidents. Relatives, maybe.
Hi, America! It's me, Max! Remember, a vote for me is a vote for prosperity, alacrity, and the tyranny of my furry white iron fist. Thank you.
Nope.
It's a bunch of merit badges from the Weasel Scouts.
I got one of those once, but they took it away when they found out what I used for bait.
Nope. Nothing here. Let's see. Actually, hang on.
I can't get close enough to him to use the bug.
No, worth trying.
How would you describe your tax plan?
Free home delivery.
We're not quite sure what Lincoln meant by that, so it looks like, yes, the American people have decided to ignore it.
Yeah, worth
That's
trying.
enough for now. Time out. At least the president has his priorities straight.
Let's see, we need...
Where are we going, Sam?
Damn it, we
Back
need...
to the office.
We
Shotgun!
need some sort of sign, but I'm not bloody seeing it. And it needs to be somewhat money related. Maybe a Wait, posters.
Give me all you got. It's the Army's new recruiting slogan.
That's a lot better than their old one. What are you, chicken? Gonna cry now, baby?
Apparently, there's no room in the military budget for quality adhesives.
Ah, that... Bingo! This is what we needed. I can't believe it took us this long to figure it goddamn out.
Where are we going, Sam?
We're off to the White House.
Oh, boy!
This one's taking a while, I will admit. Not my greatest performance. And honestly, I'm probably gonna have to delete a bit of the first
Give me
chunk
all you got.
just for the value of time.
How would you describe your tax plan?
Give me all you got.
And candidate Lincoln has proposed one shocker of an economic strategy, which even Democrats are calling a trifle excessive. That had to have hurt him in the polls.
Yep, Max is in lead.
The results from the emergency election are coming in. And it appears that former sitcom star Max has been elected President of the United States. In an unprecedented show of bipartisan solidarity, all of the country's political parties have desperately asked for a recount. Let's cut to the White House lawn to hear candidate Lincoln's address.
You've got to be b***ing me, you idiots!
He took the news much better than expected.
Democracy? I will make you all my hypnotic slaves!
Max, that robotic Abe Lincoln will enslave the entire East Coast if we don't stop him.
Who cares? I'm the president of the U.S. Let's go bomb someone into oblivion.
Not just anyone, Max. Abe Lincoln must die.
Yes!
Well, we're the president now, so to the war room!
Finally, Mr. President, you're here.
That's the president? People will vote for anyone these days.
Obviously.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means... Never mind.
Look, Max, all the soda poppers are here.
I don't have time for foreign dignitaries. Check out all the cool stuff on my new desk.
Hey, look, Max. It's the presidential discretionary budget. You have $100 million to allocate however you want.
What a delightfully random and convenient figure.
Let's see.
It's the Secretary of Presidential Whimsy ribbon. Looks like Max can use this to appoint someone as an honorary cabinet secretary. I'm not really thirsty.
Alright.
It's the official United States calendar.
12 of the hottest Supreme Court justices in their skimpiest, naughtiest swimsuits.
Even better, Max. You can actually change the official date.
Oh boy!
Alright. We'll come back to that. I feel like it's gonna be important.
Stand aside, pal. The president needs to get into the war room.
I'm afraid that's not allowed, sir.
Perhaps you didn't hear our advisor. We would like to see our war room.
No can do, sir. Orders.
Max says you can take a vacation.
We will make an exception, just this once.
Thank you, sir, but no can do. I can only take a vacation on federal holidays.
We'll be back.
Roger that.
Ah, easy fix.
Oh boy!
Let's see. I think...
We now declare today, April 27th, Arbor Day.
Everybody go outside today and hug a tree.
Hug nothing! This year I'm hoping to get to second base.
Hey, Soups. Max says you can take a vacation. It's Arbor Day.
I'll tell a tree, sir.
We'll be back.
Roger that.
Alright, so...
Oh boy!
Let's go with Easter Sunday.
We now declare today, April 8th, Easter Sunday.
Cripes, we'd better start hiding eggs on the White House lawn.
Already did it, Sam.
Max, are these the eggs that are made of metal and shaped like a pineapple and have a pin in them?
Don't be silly, Sam. I took the pins out first.
Hey, Soups. Max says you can take a vacation. It's Easter.
I'm not a religious man, sir. I wouldn't feel right taking a vacation unless it was a secular holiday.
We'll be back.
Roger that.
Alright. So that would... Hang on. Out of curiosity, if I recall correctly... Oh, the valet parking went up.
Hey, an Easter egg.
You mean a carefully hidden item of absolutely no actual value?
Exactly. Valet parking, $20. I see you've already made sweeping changes, Mr. President.
I also sold Florida back to the mole people while you were in the bathroom.
I mean, to be fair, there's probably worse things to do than... So we can get the carbon dating thing easily enough.
Oh boy!
Let's see, Secretary Day?
We now declare today April 26th, Secretary's Day.
That's supposed to be Administrative Professionals Day.
Wow, Sam. When I picked you for vice president, I didn't know you were such a politically correct bleeding heart liberal.
All right then, Secretary's Day. Hey, Soups. Max says you can take a vacation. It's Secretary's Day.
I'm not a secretary, sir.
We'll be back.
Roger that.
Damn it. Let's see what the grumps...
Welcome back, Governor Whizzer. Here to give another demonstration on soda abuse?
That's not funny.
How did West Dakota become a separate state?
The three of us ran for governor together. We got along so well during the campaign, and we were all such former TV celebrities that all three of us won. The voters realized they'd elected 3 governors for only 2 states. That's when the unpleasantness began.
What was the unpleasantness?
We fought for a long time about how to divide up the states.
There was almost a war!
But we divided everything up fairly and all agreed that Mount Rushmore should be in the South.
We did not! You!
I what?
You! Oh, never mind.
What business do you have with the president?
We're all here to get him to settle the Great Dakotan conflict.
Whether it's better to leave by plane or just kill yourself and hope you'll be reincarnated somewhere else?
No! Which state gets custody of Mount Rushmore?
Why should your state get Mount Rushmore?
Because they just want it for tourism. But my plan will save lives. It'll become a monument to soda abuse prevention. People will realize that just like Washington, Jefferson, Roosevelt, and the other guy, they too can overcome their crippling addiction to carbonated beverages.
George Washington never had a soda addiction.
Why do you think he needed false teeth?
Why not divide it up equally?
That would never work. It's not even.
Each of you could get a third of Roosevelt.
I want the mustache.
I wanted the mustache.
Okay, Max gets Roosevelt's mustache, Specs gets the glasses, Peepers, you get an ear and both nostrils.
That just leaves me with the forehead.
All right then, Whizzer, we'll throw in Crazy Horse, but that's my final offer.
It's not even finished.
This will never work. It's just like last time.
Thirsty?
Yes, but you're not going to offer me a soda, are you? You know I can't resist them.
We wouldn't do that. We've got, let's see here, orange soda, cola, grape soda, pop, some more orange soda, and tea.
Tea, please.
We're all out of tea. Soda?
Why are you doing this?
Because we're
Stay dry,
evil.
Whizman. Look, Max, it's our old pal. Look, Grand Imperial Warlord Maximus Optimus, keeper of the 7 keys. It's our old pal, the former child star and embarrassing idol semifinalist, Peepers.
That's former child star and embarrassing idol semifinalist, Governor Peepers.
You're a governor, too?
That's right. I got North Dakota.
North Dakota, the leftover state.
I thought it was North Dakota, still warmer than Saskatchewan.
Hey, be nice. We've got a rich and varied history.
North Dakota, hope you like snow.
North Dakota, come climb all over our big white butte.
Hey!
Sorry, I got caught up in the moment.
What's there to do in North Dakota?
Plenty. Snowmen, snow angels, snow forts, snowball fights, homemade ice cream, and of course the majesty of Mount Rushmore.
That hasn't been decided yet.
Right, I spoke too soon.
What business do you have in the Oval Office?
We need the president to settle custody of Mount Rushmore.
Max has the presidential pen. Somewhere.
Just tell me where to sign.
Great, the problem is solved. But seriously, if you guys see the president, tell him we're waiting.
Max really is president now.
It was in the papers.
We haven't been watching the news back in Fargo. We've been so busy with the arms buildup.
What was that?
Did I say arms buildup? I meant Winter Paradise Toboggan and Scrapbooking Jamboree.
Can't we all just get along?
We can if we all just keep quiet and avoid another incident.
Honesty is rarely the best policy. All us presidents know that.
So long, peeps. Hey, Specs. Max, you remember... Most omnipotent exaltedness Max Sama, overseer of the 9 cosmic planes. You remember Specs, the other soda popper.
We vaguely recognize our loyal subject.
What are you guys talking about?
Kiss the ring.
What? No.
What business do you have with the president?
We're here to get federal resolution on a dispute.
It wouldn't be a dispute if you...
If I what?
Nothing.
Awkward.
What have you been up to?
Winning an election. I'm now the governor of South Dakota.
Hey, just like Whizzer.
No, not just like Whizzer. I was the first one of us to run for office.
Like you invented it. You just... forget it.
Sing your theme song for us.
No, I don't sing that anymore. I want to be respected as more than just a beloved TV celebrity.
If it makes you feel better, you were never really that beloved.
Sam and I always watched your show with detached irony.
What are you doing as governor?
I'm fixing the problems in the state and getting it back to perfect working order. Did you know that the Black Hills are really more of a greenish gray? I've got a committee addressing the problem.
But what about the Badlands?
We're making them even worse.
Later, Specs.
Alright, so... Secretary Ribbon.
Not a good choice for a cabinet secretary. Specs, Max has a surprise for you.
We would like to appoint you Secretary of Anal Retention.
Thank you, Mr. President, but I've already got a job I love.
Alright, we tried.
Hey, Whizzer, Max has something special for you.
Is it a soda?
Even better! We now appoint you Secretary of Incontinence.
Oh, well, thanks, but I've got to focus on being governor and stopping soda abuse.
See if Peepers wants to be a secretary.
It's your lucky day, Peepers.
We would like to appoint you Secretary of Wide-Eyed Unrealistic Optimism.
I can't accept that. I've got a state to govern.
I'm not really thirsty.
Hang on.
The Soda Poppers aren't the close-knit band they used to be.
They're just one inappropriate comment away from full-on violence.
Just like you and me, pal. I'm glad we took this time to talk, Max.
Keep in touch, Sam. I mean that.
Right. New plan. New plan.
Where are we going, Sam?
After that rampaging Lincoln.
You're going down, Abe!
Well, it's... Alright, I guess we'll take down Abe Lincoln. Why not? Or try to, anyway.
Well, he wasn't hard to find.
Just had to follow the trail of broken campaign promises.
That's pretty profound for a high-speed car chase, Max.
I like to think I transcend genre conventions, Sam.
We have you surrounded, Abe. Pull over and let's discuss this.
Lincoln smash!
He's a testy little emancipator, isn't he?
The bullets have no effect!
He's made of marble, Max, and fueled by rage.
Where are we going, Sam?
Back to the office.
Alright, he's too bloody. I don't think we really have the means of hurting him at the moment. So now that Sybil has been funded...
Sybil left the door unlocked. She's probably living it up on some tropical island on the taxpayer's dime.
I bet she's getting abducted in some sleazy nightclub, forced to do unspeakable things for a power-mad despot before narrowly escaping his volcano-top lair with only one of her kidneys left.
Don't be such a pessimist, Max.
Sorry, Sam. It's just no fair. We're stuck here working and she gets to have all the fun.
Well, we're gonna take this.
It's Sybil's carbon dating machine.
Yoink.
That's not even worth a comment.
Let's see.
It's locked. The Easter egg is a completely unusable thingamabob.
Okay, fair enough. Whee! But there was an achievement for getting it, so... Let's see.
Where are we going, Sam?
After that rampaging Lincoln.
Yes!
Let's give this a try. Now that we can actually carbon date him.
My gun just isn't big enough to stop him. It's Lincoln we need to stop at this point.
Let's see.
It's Lincoln we need to stop at this point.
How the hell are we gonna do that?
Abraham Lincoln, you sit down and behave yourself right this minute.
I will destroy you.
Let's see. Anything in the environment we can use. Nope. Nope, really seeing anything. Annoyingly. Maybe if we actually take one of the ramps full on, we might get somewhere. Nope.
Where are we going, Sam?
Right, White
We're
House.
off to the White House.
Oh boy!
Alright.
Throw pillows shaped like stars. Interesting, since actual stars are shaped more like throw pillows.
Let's see.
Oh boy!
Federal holiday.
We now declare today April 22nd, Earth Day.
People of America, take this day to ignore all practical concerns and devote all your attention to one day of crackpot extreme environmentalist activism, which you'll forget about for the rest of the year.
People of Berkeley, California, keep up the good work.
Let's give it a...
Step away from the door, sir.
But we really want in there.
Sorry, sir.
Hey, Soups. Max says you can take a vacation. It's Earth Day.
Very funny, sir.
We'll be back.
Roger that.
Alright.
Oh boy!
Hey,
We now
Passover.
declare today April 3rd, the beginning of Passover. Shalom. Let my people go.
Let's try.
Hey, Soups. Max says you can take a vacation. It's Passover.
I'm not a religious man, sir. I wouldn't feel right taking a vacation unless it was a secular holiday.
We'll be back.
Roger that.
Maybe you've got...
Oh boy!
Can we change the month? No. Secular holiday, what the f... Oh no. Secretary ribbon. Actually, an idea has presented itself to me. Well, two ideas, but we'll give... potentially two ideas, but we'll try...
Not a good choice for a cabinet secretary.
Where are we going, Sam?
Alright.
Back to the office.
Shotgun!
We shall go get Busk. We shall go deal with Busco.
Novelty gumballs.
Fool your friends!
Nope, wrong thing.
Oh, Mr. President, please do not execute me.
Hey, Bosco.
Yeah?
We want to buy something.
Yeah, is evil but necessary private enterprise.
We'll take that truth serum.
Is yours for only 100 million American dollars.
I seem to have left my $100 million in my other suit. We'll be back.
Oh, god damn it.
Nothing for us right now. See you later, Bosco.
Actually, first things first.
Wow, Bosco, by my readings, these weenies date from the early Cretaceous period.
It's a special bargain for you. Still tasty. A handful today only.
You don't understand. Your store is now a national historic place. These weenies are valuable artifacts.
Really? I mean, of course. Am preserving heritage of my people. Just how valuable are we talking about here?
We'll get back to you on that.
Actually, worth trying. Just seeing if we can. No, wait, hang on. Out of the way so we can actually...
We would like to appoint thee Secretary of Homeland Insecurity.
I am wanting no part of your corrupt Yankee administration.
Who wouldn't want a cushy government job?
Oh, I get it now. You want me right where you can keep your eye on me.
Your paranoia is sucking all the fun out of this presidency, Bosco.
I fear that the person that we can give this thing to is Hugh Bliss. Worth a shot.
Hi, Hugh Bliss. Max would...
Hi, I'm Hugh Bliss.
Right. Max would like to give you something.
For your service to the realm, we would like to appoint you Secretary of Magic and Wonder.
Why, thank you, Max, but I'm afraid I can't accept a government job. Oh, I'm a citizen of the universe!
Well, we tried. Actually, I've got the carbon data. I'm curious. Because there's something I've always been talked about actually getting dated.
It says Jesse James's hand is only 14 years old.
I don't believe that.
Wow, it says that Leonard is only 19 years old.
Let that be a cautionary tale to the kids about spending too much time in casinos.
Actually, you know what?
Odd. Max, have you been dieting?
Just does not compute is not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. have we got? Is there anything else at Sybil's thing that we can potentially grab and do? Now that Sybil is out of the building.
I have nothing to say about that. Poughkeepsie Man slays 3 in Asparagus Rampage. I've got half a mind to stretch out for a little bit.
I think you have...
You've baffled...
Alright.
There are so many other things to punch.
No, we can't punch it. Annoying.
Nothing useful in here.
Okay. Alright, I think we can now just completely screw over... Well, not screw someone over, but we can potentially send
Where are
funding
we
to
going,
Busco.
Sam?
We're off to the White House.
Oh boy!
We'll go fund Busco, which will get us the truth serum, which I don't fully know who to use, what to use for. Yep.
Hello, Comrade Bosco.
Hail to the chief. I don't know how you guys did it, but I just got a huge check from the government.
You earned it, Bosco. It's not easy to perfectly preserve weenies that predate the discovery of fire.
Not to mention the teeming microcosm growing in the bathroom. We're considering making it a national wildlife preserve.
Now I can finally finish my satellite defense system.
So we can have the truth serum?
Sure. Let me dig it up from the labs.
This is a bottle of vodka.
But it works. Trust me. Trust me. Get a couple of shots of that in somebody, and they'll tell you all their secrets.
Thanks, Bosco.
Hey, Bosco.
Yeah?
Let's see.
Tell us about that missile defense system again.
I'm working on modifying BTAD's Part 2. Once I get funding for it, it'll be able to shoot down any ICBMs targeted at the store.
See you later, Bosco.
Right, we have vodka. We will make use of the vodka. So you've... kind of curious.
If you really want to prove you're legit, I challenge you to take a swig of my truth serum.
Truth serum? What is truth but the illusion of non-illusion?
So you won't take it?
Oh, I don't drink. Thank you!
Yeah, I suspect this is to be used on the... So let's see if Sybil has returned. Nope. She's taken her money and she is out of here. Which, you know, fair enough.
Where are we going, Sam?
We're off to the White House.
Oh boy!
We don't have enough firepower in order to take on Lincoln. Out of all of them, Wiz is probably the one most likely to drink.
Care for a drink?
It's soda, right? You brought more soda.
Sure, why not?
Wow! That's got more kick than the other ones. Thanks, Sam and Max. You guys are my best friends.
Now, can we get back to the deliberation?
What's the point? You still think Peeper's idea is stupid.
Stupid? You never told me you thought my idea was stupid.
He said your idea of adding Herbert Hoover hugging the 4 other presidents was the stupidest thing he'd ever heard.
Well, it is. Hoover wasn't even a president, which means he certainly wasn't the most loving of all the presidents.
Well, at least I didn't suggest putting a parking garage in George Washington's forehead, like some four-eyed freaks I know.
You little...
You big...
Of course you realize Boys, this means war!
War! War!
Well, war's been declared between the three Dakotas.
What's this I hear? What wondrous thing is this? The DEFCON klaxons ring, a flashing light above the door. There's just one thing it could mean. War. Oh, what is it good for? What is it good it's for? Good for you. Good for you. It's good for me. Oh, war. What is it good for? What is it good for? It strengthens the economy. It shows the world that we've got stones and carriers with fighters wrong. War. Oh, what is it good for? What is it good it's for? Good for you. It's good for me. It's the cat's meow.
I honestly would not be surprised if this actually happens in the White House whenever they declare a war.
Oh, what is it good for? It's good for you. It's good for me. Oh, war. Oh, what is it good for? Oh, it strengthens the economy. Lengthy battles and incumbents dream, because you can't change horses in midstream. For bombs and guns and so much more, we celebrate the joys of war, war, war. For bombs and guns, and so much more, we celebrate the joys of war.
Well,
Let's not do that again.
hey, Soups. Why won't you let us into the war room again?
Just following orders, sir. I can't let anyone into the room. No exceptions.
We'll be back.
Roger that.
Let's see.
Oh boy!
Let's see. Secular holiday. Secular holiday. Let's see. It's not religious.
We now declare today, April 27th, Arbor Day.
Everybody go outside today and hug a tree.
Hug nothing. This year I'm hoping to get to second base.
Wait, that's
Oh boy!
that's what that is.
We declare today, April 1st, the first day of Sam's indefinite lockup in the dank dungeons beneath the White House.
What? I thought we were pals, Max.
April Fools.
Try.
Hey, Soups. Max says you can take a vacation. It's April Fool's Day.
With all due respect, that's kind of mean, sir.
We'll be back.
Roger that.
God damn
Oh
it.
boy!
Secular holiday. Secular holiday. What the?
Oh boy!
Let's see.
People of Earth, we have now changed the official date.
Mark your calendars. Update your checks. All hail Max.
See, do Americans celebrate Easter Friday or?
Oh boy!
Actually, wait. Easter Monday. isn't
People
it?
of Earth, we have now changed the official date.
Mark your calendars. Update your checks. All hail Max.
No, apparently they don't.
Oh boy!
God damn it. Hang on, I'm just gonna quickly check something. Let's see, April, what? Let's see, secular holiday. What is a secular holiday in April? April. Well, there's Easter, but he's saying he's not religious, so... Shit, I think that's the only actual one. Maybe if we bring down Lincoln, we'll actually be able to make it a holiday. So how the bloody hell we're meant to actually...
White paint, Christmas lights, and a small barbecue.
Everything somebody would need to renovate, decorate, and then accidentally burn the place to the ground.
Later, Max, later.
Alright. Maybe make him a secretary? Secretary, potentially get him drunk. Either or.
Can't you get us into the war room, Max?
I kept hearing about presidential powers, but it's all just boring bureaucratic stuff. I was hoping I'd be able to make things explode with my mind.
What's the date today, Max?
I'm President of the United States, Sam. What date do you want it to be?
I'm glad we took this time to talk, Max.
Keep in...
Alright.
Oh boy!
So let's see, it's not...
We now declare to...
That's supposed to be administrative...
Wow!
All right, then.
Alright.
Oh boy!
No, that wouldn't work. So it was the 17th.
We now declare today...
Cripes, we'd better start hiding it.
Already did it, Sam.
Max,
Don't be...
Skipping some things, yada yada.
Hey, Soups. Max says you can take a vacation. It's Easter.
I'm not a religious man, sir. I wouldn't feel right taking a vacation unless it was a secular holiday.
We'll be back.
Roger that.
Let's try getting you drunk. Why not?
Care for a drink?
Thank you, sir, but I'm not allowed to drink while on duty.
Why not?
Max, I mean His Excellency El Jefe Maximilian I, Intimidator of the Realm, has a special surprise for you. Better get those handkerchiefs ready. This could get sentimental.
Agent Superball, we have decided to reward you for your excellent service to your country, for your unwavering commitment to preventing us from being where we most desperately needed to be, for your unerring devotion to being a constant hindrance in our task. For all these things and more, we now dub thee, Superball.
Let's see.
Secretary of the Interior.
We already have one of those.
Oh, exterior?
We have one of those, too.
Fine, Secretary of the Posterior. So we have spoken, so it shall be.
All hail Max.
I'm overwhelmed, sir. I don't know what to say.
Now run along to a cabinet meeting.
I'm afraid I can't do that, sir.
You've got to be kidding me.
I still have my orders. I'm not a secretary, sir.
That was fun!
Alright, let's try.
Max, I mean his... Better get...
Agent Soup for all the... Secretary in charge of guarding the war room door.
Max, no!
Oh, right. Secretary of Defense, whatever.
All hail Max. Hey, Soups. Secretary Superball, the President would like you to take a memo.
To people of the planet Earth, we know what you've been doing. Cut it out. Hugs, your nuclear arsenal wielding leader, etc., etc.
Did you get all that?
No pencil, sir.
Max says you can take a... It's Easter.
I'm not a religious...
We'll be back.
Roger that.
Oh boy!
Damn it. Oh, wait.
We now declare to...
That's supposed to be...
Wow.
All right.
Oh. Oh, you son of a
Hey,
bitch.
Soups. Today is Secretary's Day. You have to take the day off.
It's the law, Jack!
A vacation? Permission to weep openly, sir.
Not just granted, but encouraged.
The forces of bureaucracy win again.
I love this country.
To the war room. The
The
Dakotas.
civil war in the Dakotas seems to be escalating, Max.
Let them thin out the overpopulation of moose and strip malls for a few weeks, and then we'll step in.
It looks like Bismarck has fallen to the West Dakotan militia.
Oh no! That will wipe out the country's crucial snow and slush reserves!
Your compassion for your people is heartwarming, Mr. President. It's a plate of fancy cookies.
For the discriminating general with a sweet tooth and a taste for vengeance.
Let's see. War manual.
What to do in time of war. Select target, press fire. That's all it says. Looks like a remote homing beacon in the frigid Antarctic.
So peaceful, so serene.
Want to blow it up?
You have to ask?
The homing beacon to the Kremlin doesn't seem to be working. It was probably turned off in the spirit of Glasnost.
More likely those lazy commie bastards forgot to change the batteries.
Lazy former commie bastards, Max. It's the distant, peaceful world of Krypton.
They mock us with their utopian society of crystal cities and absentee parents. They must be exterminated!
Well, what do you know? Bosco was right. The government really has been targeting his store for destruction.
Won't he be glad when we tell him?
What do you say we keep this to ourselves, Max?
You're right. We don't want to ruin the surprise.
All right, we can't actually hit Lincoln, but
Attention, Bosco shoppers. Clean up in aisle everything.
let's see how effective his actual defenses are.
Would you look at that? Bosco's satellite defense system actually works.
Well played, Bosco. You're safe. But for how long?
Though, we now know where that beacon is.
Look, Max, in the White House garden pond. It's Jimmy Two Teeth.
We often allow lobbyists to use the pool, Sam.
Jimmy's a lobbyist now? What's he lobbying for? Cheese interests?
Affordable health care for the aged and underprivileged, Sam. He's a lot more multifaceted than you give him credit for.
Alright, we're gonna quickly duck outside, because we've got work to do. It's an idea, if nothing else. I would also prefer not, nuking.
Where are we going, Sam?
Back to the office.
Shotgun!
So let's see, where's that damn beacon?
Look, stuck to the camera. That must be the homing beacon for the intercontinental ballistic missiles aimed at Bosco's store.
What was that?
He said, that must be the best price on baby wipes I've ever seen. Where are we going, Sam?
After that rampaging Lincoln.
Yes!
Alrighty, let's try this again. Now that we actually have some... If we can get this on Lincoln...
Nice toss, Max. We'd better act fast before he manages to knock off the beacon.
Or choose his own back off to escape. Where are we going, Sam?
We're off to the White House.
Oh boy!
Alright, beacon planted, let's go blow up Lincoln. You know, considering that he's actually... considering that he's running around so much, I'm surprised that he isn't causing much more of a stir than he is. But this is a weird America. Not entirely sure why the War Room has a dunce cap, but... apparently it's a thing.
Looks like the targeting beacon is still stuck on Lincoln.
This is a pretty impressive temper tantrum, Sam. At this rate, he'll have enslaved all of D.C. and most of Baltimore by tomorrow morning.
Gads, you're right, Max. Still, I think we should stop him.
We haven't got anything better to do.
Toodles.
Mr. President?
Don't mind if I do.
Quick, let's go.
Shouldn't we revel a little?
We don't want to miss this.
You will all do my bidding. I am the most powerful presidential monument ever created!
Whee! That was better than feeding laxatives to pigeons on parade days.
We broke 2 presidents in one afternoon.
A personal best.
Well, it looks like the country is saved, at least from mass hypnosis. What do you want to do now?
Let's abuse my powers as leader of the free world to squeeze the middle class until they're burning their own shoes for heat.
Sounds fun, but I was thinking we could treat ourselves to some chocolate-frosted gut bombs and then have a little target practice down at the Smithsonian.
Sam, you're my best friend.
Agent Chuckles, report. Query status. Lincoln Gambit, 4-7. Query not acknowledged and acceptable timeout parameters. Error. 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 Error.
Well, we destroyed Abe Lincoln. Fun times had by all. And once again, we've come to an end for another episode of Sam and Max. Until next time, my name is Brett Ops. I look forward to hearing from you. See ya!